Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of our G.I.C. TV live broadcast here on the Global Illumination Council. Today happens to be our sixth anniversary broadcast. Who would have thought?
Uh,
6 years later, here we are, and we're very grateful to have a very good friend of ours and actually a very long-time member of the GIC, Inelia
mhm.
Benz, is joining us today for co-creating the new paradigm. Hi, Nelia. How are you?
Hi, I'm doing good.
Welcome. We're so glad to have you back. It's been so long since I've
I
had the
know.
opportunity to talk to you.
I know, it's like crazy.
2 years. Can you believe it?
No, it's just that when you said 2 years, I thought, oh my gosh, it really doesn't feel that way at all. Just time's collapsing into itself and accelerating so quickly now.
and the fact that, yeah, well, we're going to talk about that in just a moment, but I can't believe that GIC is six as well. And you were one of our first
Yeah,
members, if I
I
remember
was.
correctly.
I was right there, like one of the first, like you said. Yep. As soon as you send the invite.
Well, we're so glad to have you. And today we're going to be talking about co creating the new paradigm. And Inelia, as I told you, and I told our listeners and our viewers that they could send in their questions as well. We'll be taking questions live on the GIC chat room while we do this broadcast. But the very first question that I want us to talk about is what do we mean? Because you and I both use that term, co creating the new paradigm. What is the new paradigm, and what is co-creating? What do we mean by that when we say that? And I'll let you start, and I'll put in my
Mm.
2 cents.
Yeah, well, I would begin with the new paradigm or paradigm would be like not really. Most people think that this shift was all about, their bodies becoming light or something, or that the new paradigm was in a different time or space from where we are right now. But for me, it's really to do with our own perception and experience of reality day to day. And the higher our vibration and the more in integrity we are, the more we're following resonance, things just start manifesting really, really quickly. And our lives, we appear to live in a different world to other people. And often, people who were not resonant with our vibration will step away from our lives, or we finally find that, you know what, that's over, I'm out of here. And then people who are resonant with us and vibrate at a similar level start appearing in our lives and come into our lives very, very strongly. And that's how gentle this shift is. This is how I really truly believe that Gaia once said. With regards to co-creating, we co-create all the time. It doesn't. This is not new. We actually co-create our physical reality, and what we believe is what we perceive as to be the earth, its shape, its form, and everything that happens on it all the time. But I think that the difference between the old paradigm and the new paradigm is that all of those individuals who have chosen to wake up, who have chosen that they want an empowered life, are consciously co-creating with others what their reality is or what they want it to be, but consciously, not unconsciously, not from programming, not from fear, but from actually consciously knowing and being in an expanded state of awareness of what they want to achieve, what they want to do. So for me, that's kind of it. What do you think?
I love it, and I agree that we are consciously making changes in our lives. We are consciously choosing the people that we surround ourselves with. My idea of the new paradigm is that the new paradigm is not necessarily, and I love what you said, Anelia. Thank you for bringing that up. The idea that we're not going to become this light body. We're not going to. We're not doing the whole. What do they call it? The rapture. We're not being
Right,
raptured.
right.
We're not being picked up by the Galactic Federation of Light and being sucked into their mothership and whatnot. Which I found to be an obstacle, quite honestly, for many
Mm-hmm.
people. And what I'm finding
Yeah.
now is that many of us who, and I was one of those back in the early days, like, oh, they're going to come, they're going to help us, and we're all fine. But we've taken responsibility for the fact that the new paradigm is our responsibility. We are the ones that need to create it. There is no other savior. We are the saviors, and people like yourself, myself, and others who have incarnated at this time, we're here to help raise the vibration, raise the frequency of our, not only our own lives, but of the lives of those who interact with us on a daily level. And I wonder if you could talk about that for a moment, because somebody said has asked, as a light worker, how do I awaken others around me? And my answer is to be yourself. But maybe you could
Hmm.
take that a step further, and talk perhaps about the frequency that we are emitting as light workers.
You're absolutely right. Be yourself. And that to me means being in full integrity all the time. And by integrity, I don't mean what is socially acceptable that you have to act that way, but actually step into your truth without apology and without excuses for yourself or others, and really follow your resonance. What's resonant today? When I'm do this, is it resonant to me? When you stay in that space, it actually affects individuals around you without it being like, wake up, because you can't force people to wake up. You can't force them to choose the way you have chosen. Maybe they've chosen to stay asleep, and that's a perfectly good choice as well. So it's
Yeah.
like, step out of that judgment and simply be the new paradigm every second of every moment of your life. That's how to shift it, really.
And I can't help but agree, because I feel like it's funny, and well, it's funny and it's not funny sometimes, because there is a certain, how shall I say, a certain loneliness involved in that, where we want to, well, let's put it this way. For me, I have found myself in a position, what I call the purple pill.
Mm-hmm.
Not the red pill, not the
Not
blue
the blue.
pill, the purple pill.
Like that.
And I enjoy my community. I enjoy the people that are in my life. I enjoy my friends. But yet there is a little bit of a struggle and a conflict within me of, am I making a difference? Am I helping them? And I am very grateful to say that many of the close people within my life are starting to make a difference, and I'm starting to see where things are changing. But many of us feel that it's a singular road. Now, I feel that having it be an individual road is kind of positive. And I'm wondering how you feel about the idea that this is my path, this is what I need to do. I'm going to hold to my truth, and everything else is, as they say, just gravy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You mentioned something there that some of your friends you're seeing are starting to respond. And that when you stay in your integrity and you stay in your path and be truthful to yourself, inevitably, those other individuals who are also stepping into that empowerment, into that sovereignty, will will enter your life. So it won't be a lonely journey for very long. Yeah.
Hmm.
Or you'll find that people are gathering in different locations and in on the internet and different platforms, and it happens. It starts moving there in a sense where the divisions of more awake or less awake um, get broken up and dissolve, because it's basically resonant and dissonance and being in integrity and knowing that you are creating or co-creating your future or your present. And I think that, yeah, that state of the lone wolf, I know exactly what you mean. And there's are so many people out there who are the only person in their environment who's awake or who's been working really hard to teach others and to bring this information out. Sometimes it appears that everything or everybody around them in their like real world or whatever is like pushing against them, and that's not a coincidence either. But now I think we're moving out of that moment. Now we're stepping into the moment where people are gravitating towards each other that know this. Yeah. So they're not, that moment of loneliness is not going to last very long.
I agree. I firmly agree with that. It seems to be happening. if anything, I'd like to say I'm one of those people that used to be the lone wolf and no longer. I have a
Yeah.
beautiful community, and I'm very grateful for all the people that I have in my life now. So if you do feel like you're alone, that's why actually we created GIC, was
I
to
remember.
create a platform. You're not alone.
Yeah, yeah.
Come and meet us. Come and talk to us. And I've met wonderful people like Inelia Benz and Miriam Delicato and Triva Knott and so many others because of it. Um, with this co-creating the new paradigm, when we talk about raising our vibration, and somebody has asked me, when we are only focused on raising our vibration, are we missing something? Is there something that we could be doing again within our community or in the physical realm that could help raise the vibration of the planet? Is there, do meditation circles work? Do
Mm,
burying
I do.
crystals work? Does orgone work? I mean, we hear so much within our
Hmm.
consciousness community. What would be a tangible physical manifestation of us, or an action that we could do to help raise the vibration of the planet?
What I personally do and talk about quite a lot is that, well, to raise one's vibration, you can use all sorts of tools. I use the fear processing exercise that's in my website, and if you want, it's like the full text is there. You go to ascension11.com tools, and then at the bottom, I think, yeah, you have to scroll down a little bit, and it's right there. When you remove, or when you not remove, but when you process the lowest vibration that is on the human collective right now, which is fear, as that starts get dissolving, the entire vibration of yourself starts raising. And fear is a big one, not just for us individually, but for the collective. Fear is used every single day. Millions or billions of dollars are spent every single day to bring fear to billions of people around the planet through TV shows, media, wars, and all sorts of other things. So that's the big one. With regards to physical action, I would say 80% of your time spend it in very joyful activities during the day, 20% processing fear or doing other work, meditating with groups and stuff. And then also when you decide to do, because yeah, taking action is actually really important also. Find or start an organization or group that really, the goal of it is really something that you feel very passionate about. Yeah. So if you feel really passionate about this, whatever, then go for it. After you have removed all your fear around it, all your judgments around it, all your righteousness and angers around situations, once you remove all those and you act from a place of really high vibration, from passion and joy, things really shift for two reasons. One of them is that the resistance that it generates is a lot less. And because you're not coming from a fear based vibration, the people who are maybe creating these problems won't automatically engage at that level of fear. And so there'll be more, it will flow much better. Yeah. So I would say absolutely, just go find something that you feel passionate about, process any sense of fears or angers around the issue, and then act from that place of joy and co-creative energy.
I love how you've said that because I couldn't agree more. I find myself now in a place within my own journey that I just want to be happy.
Yes,
And I want to create situations in which I am feeling happiness, where I'm feeling joy.
exactly,
And that's probably
exactly.
why I'm reaching out to my community and getting involved in community events and whatnot and getting to know
Mhm.
everybody. But uh, with that being said, I've had multiple emails recently, and this actually is a question that was given to us, is that in the last, I would say, 2 to 4 weeks, many light workers and or those that are on the path of ascension or whatnot have had a sense of doom. Where is
Mm-hmm.
this coming from? Is it fear? Is it, are we going through a astrological shift, a magnetic shift, or is this it's a part of the process of processing fear and doom, because I love this concept of overcoming fear, and I myself have gotten very good of overcoming it, and many of us have.
Hmm.
But what do we do as a collective when a collective is having this
Mm.
sense, an intuitive or psychic sense of doom?
That's been happening because there is a very big push, not just by the what one might call the dark side of, the fear-based power over others side of the human collective, but also from the people who want an empowered and new paradigm now. There's a big push from both camps to do it now, to just get on with it, split the world, doesn't matter what happens, whether it's like an apocalyptic type thing, it doesn't matter, just let's do it, let's get it over with, like a really, really big push at the moment to get that done.
Mm-hmm.
At the same time, there's other energies, consciousnesses on the planet, like Gaia, like the animal kingdoms, trees, rocks, mountains. They're all sentient energies and beings who want, in particular Gaia, who want a really gentle transition to the new paradigm, like a very slow three generational thing where people just work on themselves, wake up, start manifesting, start creating, and it becomes more and more polarized, so that the realities start shifting apart, from those who want to be asleep, enslaved, and in war and fear, from those who want an empowered, sovereign reality on the planet where everything's reconnected, where we're working as one, and where higher vibrations and experiences can be had. Yeah. So it's like that's why people are feeling that sense of doom and gloom, because they feel the push like really strongly, but it hasn't been decided. It's not quite strong enough to make it happen just yet, but it might become so, and it or might not, and it actually is irrelevant, because through the the option of free will, all of us will actually experience what we consciously or unconsciously choose. Yeah. So if we are very afraid and we fall into that fear, we're saying yes to that. To something really, like, you can have dramatic, but you don't have to have it full of destruction and fear. You can have it quick without the other. The two don't go together. But for us as a human species, we have been kind of programmed to think the end of the world has to come with the four horsemen and whatever's.
I think
So,
we were programmed, whether consciously or subconsciously, during the whole like 2012 stuff. We were
oh,
waiting
yeah.
for like the big bang or the new bang, or to wake up into a world of golden light or something. And perhaps those of us that are aligned with the higher vibration, uh, I don't know. Maybe we're
Okay.
going through withdrawals. I don't know.
My screen's gone black. I hope it's still working. I'm trying
Yeah, we're
to.
fine. We're good.
We are. Oh, okay. So I'll just
You
leave it
look
then.
good.
It won't disconnect.
You look good, and you sound good. So I don't know.
Okay, it won't disconnect. Okay, good.
No,
I'll
you're
try
looking
staying
good.
from
You
that.
sound good. Yeah.
Okay.
I'll let you know. I'll let you know. But the whole idea of the new paradigm. Now,
Hmm.
so many people, and of course, we've had many people on here that talk about the golden age. We talk about the yugas, the cycles, the precession of the equinoxes and whatnot. But we're talking about that in theory, and I'm wondering, and I know it may be speculation, or it might be messages that perhaps you have been akin to receiving, of what is the new paradigm? What's it going to look like? Are we? And I have my own. I talked about it for 2 hours today on the radio show of the new paradigm, and if we want this new paradigm, we must align with the new paradigm and walk the new paradigm,
Exactly.
live the new paradigm.
Exactly. That's it.
What does it look like? Is it a world with, and this is probably a little 3D for many of us
Mm.
who are watching, but is it a world without Monsanto and the military? Is
Mhm.
it a world of kindness and abundance? What are we perceiving and feeling here?
I would say that to imagine it, to even imagine it, just imagine a world without fear,
Hmm.
and imagine a world without power over others, and imagine a world where there is no ill will towards another. And then you have when you imagine when you take all those lower vibrations out, that's a new paradigm for that. That's what we're aiming for as a species.
I feel that that's actually what we're yearning for as well.
Yeah, exactly. And that's why we're yearning for it. It's because it is what the human collective has decided. A majority, I mean, a huge number of the individuals in the human collective want that, and that's what they've decided to live. And that's why you and me came into the planet, right? And
Absolutely.
others who have been working tirelessly on themselves as well for decades are here because the human collective has decided that, and this is how to make it happen. This is how it's happening. You deliver the message, you actually do the work, That's how it happens.
And with that being said, I know you made a very good point to bring out the fact that some of us have chosen to be here for this work. You yourself have mentioned in the past, and I'm wondering if this is still the same for you. Has the timeline changed that this work for you would be done what in 2017, I believe you said,
Mm-hmm.
or is that the same for some of us? And is it the same for you? Has that changed at all?
It has not changed for me. I still don't have an accurate awareness or data of why 2017. I'm pretty sure that when that day comes, I'm going to have choices, whether to continue doing some
Mm.
other role or move into a mountain somewhere and, just write books and stuff, or continue as I am, which I'm pretty sure I'm not going to, because it won't be necessary. So it just feels that way. It feels like it will no longer be necessary for me to do this level of public work, and also it feels like I will have choices. Yeah, like
Hmm.
really positive choices. That's all I can see right now about that. Excuse me.
Bless
Okay.
you.
Thank you.
And
Yeah.
for the timeline for humanity, how do you see the timeline for humanity from here to 2017?
Yeah, timelines. That's the thing. The timeline where there is a kind of massive event type thing. It's so close to ours right now. It's like this close, and it feels like in any moment it could just smash into each other and become one. But there's that resistance of not allowing it to through the other collectives and through a lot of people as well who have decided, you know what? It's only 3 generations. I've been here like for 1,000 generations. 3 more. So what?
Yeah, yeah.
So a lot of people are choosing the gentle way that Gaia is asking for. Um, but yeah, it's very, very like this.
and that's something that's very close to my heart because I have gone out of my way to try to how shall I say share the message of patience.
Yes.
And it's funny because a friend of mine had said to me, he goes, I know that all the work I do now is not going to be done by the time I die, and how shall I say, how do we explain or perhaps bring a little peace to those who feel that they want it done now because they want to see it done? Or is there a way, as I said, how can we bring peace to those that perhaps this work may not be done in their lifetime?
You know, that sense of non-completion is because there may be some dissonance in their lives where they're not embodying the new paradigm 100%. Once a person really steps into that integrity and um, resonance of life, mapping into situations and decisions and even thoughts through what is resonant, what is dissonant, and going for the resonance. And that doesn't resonance doesn't necessarily mean high vibration. Yeah. It means something that fits to what they have chosen to have as a life experience.
Hmm.
once they step right into that, then the moment has arrived. The new paradigm is right there in their body, in their life. It's not something in the future. And what other people are playing, the war games and the fear and the Monsantos, those start becoming more and more irrelevant. And all of a sudden, wham, ads on TV with a cereal that used to support Monsanto, now it's like dead against it. Like you go,
Yeah.
what happened? And it starts, things like that start happening.
And I see it more and more every day. We all see it more and more every day. More
Yeah.
of these, Monsanto supporters turn their back. Actually, on a political level, I've noticed that ALEC, I don't know if anybody knows what ALEC is, but it's one of these uh, political action committees, and Google has turned their back on them, Facebook has turned their back on them, and all these big, evil empire corporations have started to turn their back on the evil empire, you know, doers,
Mm,
for lack of a better term. And
yeah.
and even for those of us who are involved in Occupy, I'm noticing now that those that were fighting, I remember when we started Occupy, Citizens United was a very big issue, and now all of a sudden, I think it was the House of Representatives passed to revoke it, and we wouldn't have thought that 5 years ago or 2 years ago or
Right.
whatnot. So we are starting to see a little loosening
Yes.
of the grip of darkness, for lack of a better
Yes.
term.
Yes. Yes. And a lot of it doesn't get reported. So there's a lot more happening
Yeah,
than
absolutely.
we become aware because it doesn't get reported.
True, very true.
Yeah.
Um, we're, before we go, I know because we need to wrap this up, but I'm wondering, what would be your message right now to the world? What is the best thing that we can all do? What is the best thing that we can all do to perhaps align with our higher consciousness and or help create this new paradigm?
Mm. Again, I would say that to relax, spend 80 or aim to spend 80% of your time in absolute joy, really enjoying things, enjoy the planet, enjoy Gaia, enjoy chocolate, enjoy things, enjoy your body, enjoy life. And then 20% work for things that are dissonant. It's like if there's dissonance in your life, fears, anger, bad situations, or things that you can see that you don't agree with, like a war or something, process those. Use your tools. There's so many tools out there right now.
Yeah.
And do that and join. And you have a platform. I have a new platform. It's called walkwithmenow.com. Really, also, like, there's, again, test, see what resonates with you, join with others, work with others, do projects, take actions. Yeah. So I would say that would be where we are at the moment.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. And speaking of change, you did say you did start your new platform, and tell us a little bit about the new platform. What are you offering there? What is the difference between Ascension 101 and the new platform?
Mhm. Well, Ascension 101 is where I publish everything, our articles, my books, everything else like that, videos. We put our interviews there, Um, and that's what it is. Ascension 1 is just a delivery system for all sorts of information. Walk with Me Now is a platform where individuals have a forum. They have, I sent them, it's like suggestions to work on weekly exercises. We do a live 1 month goal. We had one the other day, and it was just amazing, crazy, beautiful, because we could see everybody like on the video feeds, and we had massive questions and stuff. And then once a month, they get an MP3 directly for me that after a week, it's published on Ascension 101 for the public. So one of the things that is really, really different is that it's not, even though I have asked and I'm gathering individuals there, I'm not the central thing. It's actually carried through and directed by all the members. So like people post, there's categories like exercises, experiments, projects, and people start projects. There's been two projects on remote viewing, for example, that people organized. and the individuals are organizing a project on teleportation
Very cool.
and doing exercise and things that really work. And you go, whoa, this is amazing. And other people are processing stuff about money. Other people are processing stuff about sex and about relationships and about stuff that's going on. There's also the sharing of other teachings and theories, and we look at them, we explore them, we see what's fabulous about them, and it's just amazing. It's driven by the individuals who join. Yes, it's like I'm there basically to like the lighthouse thing, like a beacon thing, but
Right.
I don't run it. It's like I'm just there and just like anybody else, and we this access. Obviously, I get to know everybody really, really well, and it's just crazy amazing. I wake up in the morning and think, oh wow, I want to get in the forum and see what's going on. And then the MP3s, we discuss those as well, the information that I bring in and discuss and share, and other things as well. So it's really fabulous. I love it. It's walkwithmenow.com, and the me is you, right?
Yeah, yeah.
The me in the walk with me now is actually you. So I'm like, yeah, I'm here. I'll walk with you right now.
That's wonderful. I love it. What a great vibration and resonance that has for me. I love that concept. Great.
Yeah.
Wonderful. And you're
Yes,
going to be
I
in
love it.
Europe in a little while. I hear.
Yes, I'm going to be in Europe in November, and we have two events, one in Barcelona on November the 23rd, that's in Spain, and then we have another event in Montpellier, that's I think on the 30th. I can't 100. I have to check. I have to check. But if you go to my Facebook page or my website, ascension101.com, you'll find the details are on the front page so that you can book it. The one in France is nearly booked out. It's nearly sold out. So if you want to, really go there, that's going to be done in English and French. And the one in Barcelona is going to be done in Spanish. So, yeah,
Wonderful.
yeah.
Beautiful. That sounds great. Well, you are certainly keeping yourself busy, and we are so grateful you had time to join us here today on
Oh, thank you.
on,
It's
on
really
your
looking
on your
forward to
old
it.
home, the GIC.
Yes, remember what happened? It's like once that interview went out from Project Avalon,
Yeah,
and you said, "Hold on, is that our Inelia
that's exactly what
Benz?"
happened. That's exactly what happened.
It is our Inelia
I don't know if anybody
Benz.
knows that, but Adelia was a member before Bill Ryan found her.
Oh
And
yeah,
and when
yeah.
that went out, I'm
We
like,
used to
that's
hang
that's
out.
our Adelia.
Yeah, that's our Inelia. What's she doing
So
now?
I knew her before she was famous.
Absolutely, yes.
Anyway, well, I'm so glad that we're still friends after all these years, and
Oh, me
and and
too. I love you so much.
I
And
love
you
you
know that.
too,
Oh,
very, very much. And
huggies.
big hug, big hug. And to everybody, thank you for joining us. Today is again our sixth anniversary. I can't believe I'm saying that.
I
And
know.
and you know what's so funny, Anelia, is that I booked your show for today. I booked this 2-hour class I did on Revolution Radio for today. I didn't even realize it was going to be on the sixth anniversary till about 2 hours ago.
Oh my gosh.
So we had an anniversary special and didn't even
Oh,
realize it.
brilliant. I love it. See, it's a coincidence.
It's all meant to be. It's all meant to be.
Absolutely.
Well,
No
we're going to let
coincidence.
you all go, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us
Yes.
here today, Nelia, and thank you, everybody, for watching and being a part of the GIC.
Yeah.
Have a wonderful, wonderful day, night, and whatnot.